What's up, people? What's going on? So, R. Kelly news. R. Kelly's lawyer, Steve Greenberg, well, he went and tweeted earlier tonight, about like an hour or two ago, a little bit over 2 hours ago. He had tweeted and said, "Big change is coming. Hashtag R. Kelly." So a lot of folks is wondering, like, where's that coming from? What's he talking about? What could he be talking about right now about this? You know, lately there's been a lot of stuff going on back and forth, the courts and the defense. Defense have been filing motions and everything. Things been going on, you know. Things have really been going on with this case. Now, I'm a little curious as to what big changes. Is it due to some of the filings that have been made recently? For those of you guys who are not familiar, there was actually a letter submitted by Steve Greenberg to Judge Ann Donnelly. And he actually has submitted it yesterday, October 13th. This is just basically, it's a letter saying we're writing, asking the court to reconsider this court's sealing of its order for anonymous and sequestered jewelry. We are asking that the order be made public. So he goes into this letter. Actually, I think I'll go ahead and I'll read it for you guys. So that way you could let me know in the comments how you guys feel about what you're reading. I'll read both, the letter from the 13th as well as the letter from the 14th. The reply from the U.S. Attorney's Office. So here we go. So this letter, again, is dated October 13th. Dear Judge Donnelly, as the attorneys for Robert Sylvester Kelly, we write asking the court to reconsider this court's sealing of its order for anonymous and sequestered jewelry. We are asking that the order be made public. Specifically, on October 8th, 2020, this court granted the government's motion to impanel an anonymous and partially sequestered jewelry. They reference docket 79. The docket reflects that the order was sealed. The court did not make any on-the-record findings that sealing is necessary to preserve higher values. Then they insert a case law after that. And then they go in and they say Mr. Kelly would note that the government's original motion, his response, and the government's reply were all not sealed. He would also note that neither party had requested that this court seal its order. Finally, he would note that there's a presumption of access that attaches to all documents that are a part of the court record. Then they insert another court case law there. In closure, he goes in and he says, Mr. Kelly does not believe that this court's order regarding the impaneling of the jury should be sealed and request that it does not remain sealed. Sincerely, Steve Greenberg. So that's a letter Steve Greenberg had submitted on October 13th. Okay. So now there's another letter here. Let me pull that up real quick. And it is right here. We got another document. Now this is actually from the Eastern District of New York. Now up there you see it's EAJ. Anyways, it's a letter to the judge. Now this was filed on the 14th, yesterday or today, whenever this video decides to load. Anyways, this letter here, it goes in and says, Dear Judge Donnelly, the government respectfully submits this letter in connection with the above referenced matter. At the state's conference held on September 29, 2020, the court proposed a trial date in January 2021, but defense counsel advised that they had a conflict with the court's proposed schedule. Since then, the parties have consulted and identified a date for trial that works for all the parties. However, it is not clear whether any of the lawyers representing the defendant has discussed the agreed upon trial date with the defendant and confirmed that the defendant consents to the exclusion of time on the speedy trial clock. One of the defendant's lawyers, Stephen Greenberg, Esquire, has advised that he intends to speak with the defendant tomorrow about the proposed trial date. However, given that some time has now elapsed from the speedy trial clock since the status conference held on September 29, 2020, that defense counsel rejected a January 2021 trial date and in light of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, which effectively prevents a trial prior to January 2021. The government respectfully requests that the court exclude time between today's date and then they have like a empty space there for a date there. And the next paragraph, it goes in, it says, in light of the government's motion for anonymous and partially sequestered jury, the time between September 29th, 2020 and October 8th, 2020, in brackets, it says the date on which the court ruled on the government's motion for anonymous and partially sequestered jury was excluded on the speedy trial clock. And so right after they have that listed, they also have a court case law inserted. Then in exclusion, it goes in, it says January 4th, 2021, from the speedy trial clock in the interests of justice. Defense counsel consents to this request. Respectfully submitted, Seth Ducharme, acting United States Attorney. So, I don't know. There you guys have it. Those are both the letters that have been submitted within the past couple days. And then these letters are now followed by a tweet by Steve Greenberg saying, well, big changes are coming. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching the video. Please hit the like button, share the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're not subscribed to the YouTube channel. And again, all donations are welcomed through CashApp, # TLWK. Thanks so much. Till next video.